To now is the Mirage Dry Lake. For those of you that are back east and don't know where the lake bed is, it's located in the Mojave Desert, just off of the 395 highway, about 8 to 10 miles from a small town called Atlanta. This belly tank right here is a very famous belly tank, the SoCal Special, built by Alex Xydias and his pal Dick Flint and Ruth Keith Baldwin. The car had a V860, went 156 miles an hour with it, and went 198 miles an hour to become the fastest flathead-powered car. So that car's got a lot of history on it. We're up at the finish line right here. We'll see a few cars come through. The average length of the course here is about 1 mile and 3/10. They have about another 1.5 miles or maybe less to shut off in. If they don't get shut off, then they're heading for the little town of Atlanta off the road they just came by the lake bed on. The cars will come up here and check the finish line. They get their time slip, head back in the pit area, and get ready to make the next run. Now these shots you're going to see, they were taken at various days, so sometimes you'll be in the daylight and then you go back to night again to be what's going on, because we took a lot of film and just stacked it one on top of the other. At the end of this segment, you're going to see a car spin out about 150 miles an hour. You notice that I got a picture of the Valiant starting out and then up at the finish line. For those of you who might have seen my other videos, I had a Corvette with a blower on it, and I would get the car starting out. I'd hop in my car, go to the finish line, and get it coming past the finish line. And I had a pretty fast car back in those days. No comment, Joe?
I'm just listening.
Figured I might get a comment out of you on that one.
Yeah, well, you know.
But I just took a little fancy editing to get that, where you see the car starting out and then making its run. They have right now at SCTA, they have very good inspections on the car, but you'll notice a lot of these early cars, where's the roll bar? A lot of them did not have roll bars. They didn't even know what a roll bar was. And some of the roll bars didn't even come up with the top of the head. And there was quite a few fellows who were hurt, and a few were killed because of the lack of a roll bar. This car right here is run by Jim Lindsey. It's got a 455-inch Chrysler in it. This car at Bonneville ran 180. I don't know what his best time was at the Mirage. Here you are again. I hopped in my Corvette, got him at the finish line. This is the SCTA timing stand. This stand was built in 1947, and it was retired in 1953. At the dry lakes, you can run roadsters, pickup trucks, as long as it'll pass inspection, and you got a seat belt and a helmet, you can run it. No problem.
It's a run what you brung.
Run what you brung, as long as you can get by the tech man, and they get pretty strict once in a while. This Roadster coming up right now is run by Jack Stewart, and he runs a 259-inch Dodge engine in it. And Jack was killed in this car at a later meet when he hit a booney bush and flipped the car. So you can see what I mean by run much. This big Lincoln must weigh 5,000 pounds.
On his way to Ralph's Grocery Market at the other end of the strip, I believe.
Yeah. The red Roadster you'll be seeing run again here is run by Tom Bryant. This truck right here is run through Fullerton Muffler. Got a small 287-inch engine in it, 4 carburetors, and he holds a record of that 126 with that blue Fullerton Muffler truck that just left a minute ago. This white Valiant right here, 60 or 61 Valiant, is run by Mark Dees, and he later went on to build a Streamliner and did quite well with it at Bonneville. This Roadster runs a small DeSoto engine, held the record at 163 with the DeSoto, run by Tom Bryant. Back in 61, he went 163. He switched to a 302-inch Chevy and won 170. That's Jack Miller in his sports car with an Oldsmobile engine. He's demonstrating something rather wildly to a friend right there. Top time in Bonneville for this car is taken off right now, run by Tom, is 199. Turned out in 1981. Little Porsche right here is run by a team of Stanford and Hanson. It held the record at 107 with the little Porsche. It gets pretty dusty up there once in a while, so I took my wife up there one time, and she hasn't been up there since. She says she's still getting some of the dirt out of her hair from the windstorm. You'll see a little better example a little later on how dusty and how windy it can get. Street Roadster right here is run by the father-son team of Buzz and Dean Lowe. They run a Chevy engine in it. They've gone 132 in it with Dean driving and 137 with Buzz driving. This Roadster right here is run by Boyd Pennington and Bert Lesage. Bert has run 185 with the Cardell Mirage and 190 at Bonneville with that number 3 Roadster. This car right here was the Terror of Bill Mirage Dry Lake. Mardone and Ole, they run a 255-inch Chevy, and they have run up to 186 miles an hour with this car. And I was up there one time when they ran the car, and the whole lake bed just shook when he come through the finish line, even though he's running a small Chevy engine. Very awesome car to see run. Corvette here run by Jerry Iser. Jerry was the president of SCTA in the late 50s. Yellow Roadster going down the course now is Gustafson and Dirth. Small block Chevy in it. They turned 163 with that car we're looking at right now. They're heading for the shut-off road. This gentleman right here is Bob Higbee. He's been around for a long time. He's the SCTA starter during the Speed Week at Bonneville and at the Dry Lakes. Here we are back to an early morning shot again. He's probably maybe changing the gears on the car after making some runs the day before and found he need a little more gear.
Everything out there is real tall, I think, gear-wise.
Yeah. But you'd be surprised that end comes down in a real big hurry. There's Jim Lindsey with his number 10 Roadster again with the Chrysler. And I'm not too sure what Jim turned at Del Mirage, but as we mentioned earlier, he went 180 miles an hour at Bonneville. I have a picture of him on another video spinning that car out at Bonneville over 180. I announced at the Bonneville Nationals one year, and without a Crocker, the 2-mile mark, and I have my camera pointing toward the car coming up with Jim, and he spun it out. He spun it out about 3 or 4 times before he finally straightened it out and held his hands away that everybody was, he was okay. How would you like to have that 300D push car right now? That'd be a nice car to have. Here's a nice little shot of the pit area, the starting line. Kind of laid back up there. It's kind of fun to take your guns out there and go over in the corner of the drag strip and start World War II.
Shoot your competition, is that what you're saying?
You could do that, yeah, with a long range with a good scope on it, yeah. This Chevy Coupe right here, I believe, had a Chevy engine in it with a Wayne head on it. I'm not too sure about the driver on the car. This is Boyd Pennington, but later on he repainted the car. He was fighting, Boyd fought a battle with leukemia for a long time, but he died from injuries received in a racing accident at the Long Beach drag strip. Yellow Roadster right here run by Jim Travis. He later rebuilt the Mickey Thompson Streamliner you see on display at the museum, at Peterson Museum. Jerry Eisert again in his 57 Corvette. I mounted my movie camera on this car once, and I didn't get too good a picture because all I got was the top of the windshield. Here's Tom Bryant, Hank Yates in the white T-shirt, and Emil Grasati in the hat. There's he'll be counting some money here. He'll be making sure he can pay off a debt here a little later. The fellow with the hat lost a U-joint at the Santa Ana drag strip years ago. Just as he approached the finish line, the drive shaft dropped down, and he literally pole vaulted over the first timing light with his 64 Dodge sedan, and he missed it. This 44 right here, the gentleman with his back to us, is Jim Brissetti, who is now the head crew chief for Pat Austin Top Fueler. This is Jack Lufkin, has the Corvette. Got a 454-inch Corvette in it, and you run 137 with that red Corvette.
It was a dusty place, was it not?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till a little later. It really gets bad. Now it's starting to pick up. This little coupe right here is a 32 coupe run by Lou Bingham from San Diego. It's got a 304-inch Oldsmobile engine in it, and you run it pretty consistent, 130 with the car. See what I mean about the dust?
Yeah.
Now you know why my wife won't have any part of going up there again.
Well, I wouldn't have any trouble. The hairline is.
This little Plymouth Fury, we're going to catch him at speed. Boyd Pennington. Plymouth Fury was quite a fast little car back in its era. What is that, a 57, Joel?
57, yeah.
57. They had, what, they had 2 4-barrels on it and the big engine?
They came out with several different variations. They had a 360 with a 247.
See, now he took off. See, I went up on my Corvette and caught him at the finish line. See how simple that is?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to have a Roadster come up here in a few minutes, and he spins it out. Just as he reached the finish line, a little dust devil went across his path. I think that might have been the cause of the problem. And he loops it out, and he spins it about 4 or 5 times, and all we could hear the engine was the engine screaming about 10 grand as the driver kept his foot on it so the rear wheels wouldn't dig in. Here we go. Here we go. Look at
There
it.
it is.
We were watching this, expecting to see hood, body, everything come screaming out of this thing. But he came out of it okay. Brought it back. You'll see the owner's reaction here in a minute to the accident. He was just glad he kept it in one piece. That's Tom Bryant with the yellow hat there. The other fellow was driving it. And they tore the engine apart. Had a small little DeSoto in it. And he bent every rod in the engine. There wasn't a straight rod in the engine. But he was told if you lose it, nail it so the rear wheels don't stop and dig in. That's what he did.